Hello, welcome to West News. I'm your friend, Avithro. Happy Independence Day, India. 75 years of long independence. It's a remarkable day. What did you get? Are you happy? Is that azzadi or independence is a big thing? Yes, it's a big thing. I'm happy. But in the same time, I want to raise few questions in the Independence Day. That is about economical independence. And independence in true sense, like freedom of expression, secularism, pluralism, etc. Are these in question? So I want to take out two characters. Those you cannot mix them. One is very important and very high flying and famous. That is Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, and this is Rakesh Jhunjunwala. He's not so famous to a lot of people, but for me, is more important. He died yesterday, but for me, it's very, very important because he is the one who taught me as a slum kid to dream about being rich. He was a bull. Anyway, I'll not go to it because today my discussion today is mainly on Subhash Chandra Bose and a chap called Gumnami Baba. Subhash Chandra Bose is a big mystery and it's a very big business. I'll not discuss his early lives, I'll discuss only how he fled from India, fooling quote unquote British imperialism, and later how he attacked India and his intelligence setup and his so-called mysterious death or faking death. Little bit that, and firstly I want to tell him he fled from Calcutta, great escape. But I don't, the way it is being projected, I never trusted this kind of absurd things. Fooling British intelligence. This is almost impossible. Impossible. British police, they are not like Indian police, sycophants, chamchabaji of the political leaders. They were not like that. They were really great people. Absolutely impossible. I tell you, fooling British people, intelligence is almost impossible. So and when he was under surveillance 24 into 7 and fooling them and going out, I don't think it happens unless they have a blessing from somewhere from the police quarters or British intelligence. It's not possible. And look, the way Congress was dismantled, whose interest, a lot of people say it was a socialism, etc. But I don't think it's only socialism. It's very technical, and breaking Congress only benefited. Weakening Congress only benefited British imperialism. Secondly, if you go via Soviet Union, you have to face NKVD, the Stalin. Yes, people don't understand what they're talking about. It's so impossible to penetrate the Soviet Union and going straight and taking Italian passport unless you have some big corrections. You cannot do that. And even those days, Subhash Chandra Bose has doubles. Netaji, he was known. Gandhiji has no double, and Nehruji had no double. This man has doubles. So, and it's also being told that before going out for another country or escaping, he made Japanese consul general And I possibly think he fled from that. He could have fled from that place also. I don't know. It's possible. And he took another route. And because this chap who helped him in Peshawar, his name is Talwar, he was a British agent, communist British agent, an Indian. Later, this same man backstabbed him, is being told, when INA was attacking from east, Burma, his army, Indian National Army. So it is very complicated. I don't think it would be simplistic to say he fled from Russia and went to Germany, made Hitler. I didn't like that. I really don't like these two people. The rebels. And meeting them for any cause would not. For me, it's not desirable. I don't like this type of people. I am a democracy-loving person, and I don't like this kind of mentality. Later, he took a submarine from Germany, and his friend was Himmler, most dirty man in British Empire, German Empire. Anyway, the architect of Holocaust with Hitler. Anyway, he fled from Germany with a submarine and came to Japan, and here Raspberry Bose has made a group. Ramon was heading in Singapore, and he presided over that, and he became with Japanese. He attacked India through Burma. Later, he was defeated, and his army fled. A lot of people surrendered, etc., etc. Now, here the question comes: while escaping from Saigon, is being told that he's going to Russia by Dairen, and his plane crashed in Taipei, where he died of severe burn injury. Now, question is, he was accompanied by General Shidei. General Shidei was chief of Kwantung Army, that was in Manchuria, and is being told that his plane's propeller was broken, engine fell down, and thus plane crashed. But it's also being told that from Saigon he flew, and he has a lot of conspiracy theories, or others say he has a lot of dummies. It's possible, and now it's a big business to keep him alive for many communist parties, some people, researchers, because of immense publicity and other financial benefits. Now there is another chap props up. His name is a monk called Gumnami Baba, who is a Netaji Subhas Chandra look-alike, etc. So this man had an aura of being he's a sort of, Netaji kind of person, quote unquote. A lot of people are coming from his INA background to meet him, etc. Now I want to tell you how, and one chap called Pavitro Kumar Roy, claiming himself, or he was associated with Netaji intelligence network. Now, how Netaji's intelligence network worked, so we have to understand Japanese structure. That this man, Gumnami Baba, so-called monk, or Bhavanji, once said, General Togo. But there was no General Togo. You see, Admiral Togo died in 1934. Number two, Gumnami Baba says that he fled from, after helping Dalai Lama, he came from Tibet. And I know, those who have understanding of communist iron cartons, it's not so easy. But he said something nice things also, which could have corroborated his justification of being some sort of Netaji-like figure. Anyway, but I mostly don't, when he talked about Togo, because I know, and he said, he has hugged Japanese Netaji, or he has hugged Japanese emperor, and Japanese emperor was giving a sword. It's not possible to hug Japanese emperor. It's impossible. Even the American presidents cannot hug. It's a highly structural society, and people don't hug each other just like that. Number three, uh, he's, many Japanese didn't like him, you know. He told that one Japanese general has pushed him. So he must say a few Japanese names. He didn't mention out General Fujiwara, Yamashita. Um, and you must understand, and these chaps didn't talk about Mohan Singh, most important person in Japanese in INA and one and intelligence setup. So, and we have to understand Hikari Kaikan, Fujiwara Kaikan, etc. These kind of groups inside Japanese Guntai. So these are the things you see. People must understand. So a lot of confusions are being created, and confusions and kept alive. Even when Netaji was alive, his age would have been 128 years or 127 years. So this kind of things are hoax. I think he might have died, might not have died in plane crash. Number two. Now question is, some of his ideals are very interesting, and in today's context, and which RSS has been promoting for a long time. One is Akhand Bharat. He never supported partition. RSS is wanting that platform. And INA had Savarkar some sort of connections, you know, when the time of formation. And now, see, but in the same time, I say this Gumnami Baba platform is also being had some sort of tacit support from BJP and RSS. And maligning Netaji, Gandhiji and Jawaharlal Nehru, telling them they were British agents and etc. And Indian freedom was just transfer of power. They were telling. So this is not an insult to Indian independence. Number two, now how today's context I want to say why I liked Jhunjunwala. Jhunjunwala liked BJP government, but no, not for that. Today's context I want to say without economic freedom, you cannot enjoy freedom. And also freedom of expression, democracy, pluralism, these are also very important. So we have to think, are we enjoying that in the same time like we did in the time of Nehruji? Our minorities are happy as they used to be? Is there any communal conflict? In Netaji's army, there was no communal conflict. That's a very fantastic point. And without secularism, rule of law, etc., pluralism, we cannot enjoy democracy and freedom. These are interconnected. And with the vibrant middle class, that's coming up. That's a very good news. So these are my submissions. I'm giving you some thought for you. Just because we raise a flag and cheering, is that enough? We have to be biggest democracy to become a superpower. And keep the democracy away from one party rule or one agenda called any sort of Talibanism. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Please subscribe me and like me. Best wishes. Thank you very much.